Hi, everybody, and welcome to Every Bird Ranked, where we go through and we rank every single bird in the world on 5 different criteria. My name is Steve. I take care of birds professionally, and I run the YouTube channel BioBush. And then this is Backyard Expeditions. Backyard Expeditions does amazing work on his channel. He does nature videography, and he's teaching about animals all the time. I am constantly learning new things from him, so I'm really excited to get into birds today. Are you ready to go, Backyard Expeditions?
Let's do this.
Awesome, let's get in. Our next group of birds is the Apterigiformes. What do you say?
I'm going to say that's close enough to the correct pronunciation.
Do you just know all these? Because you can...
I don't. I'm not that.
You're
I'm
just
not that
like,
good.
know what a word sounds like when you hear it.
Apteriform? Yeah, it sounds right.
Apterigiformes. And these are the Kiwis. The 5 species of Kiwis are flightless, nocturnal, bug-hunting birds. They have bristle feathers that feel for prey in the dark, and their nostrils are way down at the end of their beaks. They lay the largest eggs relative to body size in any bird. Are they diverse? No, they're definitely not.
No, they're not under our criteria.
Yeah, okay. Are they famous, though?
I think they might. I think they make it enough into the list of like, if you're going to say flightless birds, I think the kiwi has just enough fame that people of it are at least somewhat familiar with it.
Yeah, I think if somebody sat down for like an hour and a half and literally listed out every single bird they could think of, they would eventually get to the kiwi.
Yeah, I think it edges into the famous.
Just fair. It's not going to be in their first 100, but it's going to be on the list somewhere.
It might be in the first 100. I don't know.
Just for some people, sure. If you're from New Zealand, for example, it would definitely be in the top 100.
Yeah.
There you go. Are these birds amazing?
I think they are. They have, I mean, the sense of smell. I mean, that's pretty impressive for a bird. And the fact that they just lay these enormous eggs is just insane.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Because the eggs are 25% of the adult body size of the females. It literally pushes all of her organs out of the way as the egg is forming. Are these birds intriguing? Would you like to know more about them?
It is really cool how like mammal-like they are. And I mean, that really makes them cool. But what are your thoughts?
The egg thing really makes me want to know how the birds survive laying eggs and why do they do that. There's some theories that like the species used to be larger in the past and it's shrunk over time, but the eggs have stayed the same size. Their babies are really different. They don't have an egg tooth the way I'm just bringing in outside knowledge from other videos, but the babies don't have an egg tooth and instead they kick their way out of the egg over the course of several days. Which sounds exhausting. And then they still have yolk like inside their bodies, so maybe other birds do this too, but they like the yolk inverts and it goes inside of the chick's body, and then they live on that while they're kicking their way out of the egg.
That's so weird. Yeah, I think we should give them the intriguing.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard about this whole insane yolk thing. That just sounds, yeah, that's weird.
See, you just keep saying facts until they become amazing.
Exactly. We just do this for every bird.
Right? And are they beautiful?
I want to. I don't know if this counts, but I want to give a shout out to Manicura, the white kiwi, because she is like one of the most beautiful birds on the planet. But
so it's like a leucistic.
There is
kiwi?
Yeah. She is. It's just this. Yeah, it's a white kiwi. It's the cutest, most beautiful little bird. But yeah, that's a weird color morph, a weird mutation.
Okay, so there is exactly one beautiful kiwi in existence, and the rest of them are not.
Just variations on brown. I think for brown birds, spotted kiwis are pretty nice. But yeah, there's one super pretty.
Okay, so we'll give that bird a beautiful star, and the rest of them doesn't get one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. 3 stars for the Kiwis, though. That's pretty good. The next group is Tinamiformes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with Tinamiformes. If somebody is amazing enough to know how to actually pronounce it, you can correct us in the comments. Their famous members are just Tinamous, and Tinamous are not famous. There are 46 species of Tinamou, all native to South America, northward to Mexico. They lay eggs that look like candy, pastel pinks, greens, blues, and purples, all with a shiny surface.
Oh yeah, they're when I was in Costa Rica, you hear tinamous,
Mhm.
but we did come across like the hatched remains of one of these. They're just at the base of trees,
Mhm.
like little Easter eggs. It's just as kind of like the emus and cassowaries. They're just these beautiful eggs.
Hmm. And they come in so many different colors. I was really surprised because like robin eggs are blue, but these ones lay eggs that are like pink, green, blue, and purple.
It's like real life Easter eggs.
And they hide them at the base of trees, so that
Exactly.
it's like an Easter egg hunt. Diverse. They only have 46 species and only one type, so
Yeah.
not they're not going to make it. Famous. I don't think it's even close.
Yeah, very few people can list a tinamou off in a list of birds.
I don't think I even knew these existed before I made this list.
I think I mentioned them very briefly in my Costa Rica birding video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You didn't get it? You didn't get it? It's like it's not even a picture. It was just talking about how the song drifts through the understory, because it's literally my experience with tinamous.
Are they amazing?
I'm not sure. I mean, they're really good at hiding. That's like they're like amazing feat.
Okay. Yeah. Um, I don't think they're amazing, but I do think they're intriguing because I want to
I do
know
agree. So.
why they lay those eggs. I don't think there's anything that I want to know about the birds themselves, but I want to know why they lay so many colorful, shiny eggs.
There is one really intriguing fact, though,
Okay, what's
that
that?
we haven't gotten to, and that is that in this whole list of what we've been going through, basically what are generally referred to as ratites with the kiwis and the ostriches, tinamous are phylogenetically right in the middle of it, of all these flightless birds, and they're these flying little birds. And so when the genetics came out, there was a really famous paper a couple years ago where it was like they're like, hey, we can't even call ratites like a thing anymore because tinamous, these flying birds, are just in the middle of it, so we can't.
Interesting. Wow. So, the ostrich and the cassowary and all these giant iconic dinosaur birds, and then these little invisible flighted birds that live in the rainforest in South America.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did that happen? And why do they lay colorful eggs? Are these related? We need to know more.
Need to know more.
Yeah. Okay, definitely intriguing. Beautiful. The eggs are beautiful.
Yes. And that my only other experience is I do know about these birds called elegant crested tinamous from Patagonia, and like outside of like the extremely colorful pheasants, which we'll be getting to very shortly, they're pretty good looking ground birds.
Oh, okay. So again, there's one beautiful type of this group, and then the rest of them aren't really.
There's some pretty ones in the group.
Okay.
I'm just saying that
Are they
I don't have
beautiful?
much experience with them.
Can we give the entire group a beautiful star because of this? A beautiful star right
I don't
here.
know. Beautiful, big, beautiful star. I don't know. Again, it's like we're getting into it's varying shades of brown. I don't know if we can if we didn't give nightjars this, like tinamous are another one of these weird cryptic groups.
Okay, that's fine. Their eggs are beautiful. The birds themselves, not so much.
Hey, we should give it for the eggs. The eggs are nice.
Yeah, the eggs plus crested tinamou together is enough.
And whatever random species lives somewhere in the high Andes. It's absolutely stunning. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
For the eggs. I'll put in a picture of eggs if I can find one.
I do have an image. I do have one picture, so I can say it's broken,
Sweet.
but it is.
See, I go to like old books for all of my bird pictures. I go to like old books or pictures that other like good photographers have taken. And you yourself are just a good photographer, so you just take all of your own good pictures.
That's the name of I should put that on the channel description up in the channel art.
I myself am a good picture taker, so I use my own images. The next bird group is the most numerous bird group in the entire world because it contains the chicken. And the name itself means chicken shaped because chickens are in it. It's the Galliformes. Sound good? Awesome. So Galliformes are land fowl. And there are 300 distinct species of Galliformes in the world. So there's chickens, quails, pheasants, peacocks, and turkeys. They have some, and those are just the famous ones. There's more, but those are just the 5 most famous. The 300 species of landfowl include some all-star bird groups like chickens, the most numerous bird on the planet, and peacocks, one of the most famously beautiful birds. Humans rely on many of these birds for food and pest control. Everywhere humans go, they bring landfowl with them.
I mean, that's true. Actually, I don't know if the Maori brought. I don't know if they got to New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
There were There was a native species of landfowl on New Zealand initially.
I had never heard of this. That's so cool.
But yeah, I was like thinking. I don't think the Polynesians who first. It was the one case because I don't think there's a special. I know they got them out to Easter Island.
Wow.
But I don't know if they got them to New Zealand.
That's really cool. Though the fact that we're debating about whether there's one exception to all of human civilization bringing landfowl with them.
I don't think they brought them to Antarctica either, but that's.
Are these birds diverse?
It's like we got more than 100 species. We got chickens, quail, pheasants, peacocks, turkeys, snowcock, scrubfowl.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean and there's probably way more than that. I'm just like scratching the surface.
You're just chicken scratching the surface.
Chicken scratching the surface.
All right, so we have an extremely diverse group of birds. And are they famous, would you say?
Yeah, I think most people are probably going to eat one during the course of this day. So
while they're watching this video.
Yeah, someone might be challenging in the comment section if you are eating a Galliformes bird,
chickens or turkeys or quails. So yes, they're famous. I would say that chickens are probably like in the top 10 for most people.
Yeah.
Are they amazing?
There's a lot of amazing things about them. Really weird fact is on a lot of the birds with eye spots, like peacocks and Argus pheasants, if you look at the feathers, they actually change in size as they go up. They become bigger towards the back. And that is apparently, so from the perspective of the female, when she is observing the display, all the eye spots appear to be the same size.
Wow.
Which is just like, when someone was like saying that, wow.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, they're definitely getting the amazing trait just for that. And there's like 298 more species, and they probably have amazing things too. Are they intriguing? Would you like to know more?
One example, it's like I'm so fascinated about how the super precocial maleo chicks are.
Oh, yeah.
Where they just hatch and then like as soon as they're dry, they open their wings and fly away. Like
yeah, the parents put in no effort whatsoever at raising the chicks. They just lay the eggs in a compost pile, keep it the right temperature, and the babies just run off on their own.
Yeah. Wow. Or on the side of a volcano, which is because Sulawesi is volcanic. So I always love it. Or in a beach or something, anywhere that's warm. It's just weird. It's so reptilian.
Okay. Well, I'm intrigued. I want to know more about them too. And finally, would pheasants qualify under the beautiful category?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you have the peacock. I mean, like, you can't. It's a very hard bird to beat.
Right. Yeah. So peacock is really beautiful, but then, and that's in the group Pheasant, and I'm not going to try to say bird group. The golden pheasant and the Argus pheasant and the rooster is even a pretty beautiful bird all by itself.
A jungle fowl is an incredibly beautiful bird.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got our second 5-star bird group, the Galliformes. So hummingbirds and chickens, the pinnacles of birds. Next, let's move on to the Ciconiformes, which are the storks. There's 19 species of storks, and the famous members are just storks. There's no other type of bird in the group. Storks are the traditional answer to the question, where do babies come from? That would be the white stork in most drawings, which is also in this picture. But on closer investigation, storks are probably one of the last birds you want near a baby. They have enormous, sharp beaks that they use to hunt for food, including fish, reptiles, and small mammals. They can snap their beaks shut in just 25 milliseconds after touching a prey animal, which is one of the fastest reactions in vertebrates.
I want to see fan art of greater unchunts delivering babies.
Oh, is that a type of stork?
Yeah, so like white storks are like the pretty ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like greater unchunts, they're like marabou storks. So like these big, giant, bald-headed, and then like wispy. They're like the most horrifying things you can like. I mean, I like them, and there's a certain beauty to them. But they are, if you're gonna say that's one ugly bird, they're pretty ugly. They just look mean. And
so we're going to have a lot to say when we get to the beauty star, but let's start at diversity for now. Are these birds diverse? There's 19 species and they're all storks.
I mean, if we're really breaking them up now, between like we're saying, well, you got your regular storks, and then you got jabberoos, and then you got marabous, and then you got unchunts. Sure, but there's 19 species of things that all can be called storks.
Mm. Wow, you know so much about birds. Are storks famous?
I mean, everybody knows about the baby.
Yeah,
storks delivering. Yeah, it's gonna make them.
Just the one incorrect mythology about them is what makes them famous.
It's one thing, everybody knows it.
Yeah, that's true. It's about whether people know it, and people do. Are storks amazing?
They're really cool. They do some really cool migrations.
Okay, and they're really pretty when they're up in the air, like all migrating together.
And the white stork is fast. I mean, they're kind of this classic like European. They nest in these like cute little European towns, but they're like and I always love this about migratory birds. It's like so weird to think about what they're doing the other half of the year, and they're out in like the African swamps and stuff. It's like,
yeah, they're like there's lions and cheetahs and these beautiful storks that used to be in France.
Yeah,
cool.
And then really amazing species. Just a quick shout out. There's the open bills, which have these weird beaks that just have a giant hole in the middle so that they can grip snails better. Like the beaks curve down on to.
Yeah.
So you have this beak, and then they curve.
I get it. And there's a hole in the middle, and so they can grab onto a snail, and they like cut it. What do they?
I'm not sure. It's almost like it just holds the snail perfectly, and then they can. Almost like like crab. I think it's probably like crab crackers, where they have that, where it's like a weird tool that has a big hole in the middle, and then you put the crab in the middle of the hole, and then that just applies a weird force onto it that cracks the shell.
Well, gosh, I think they just got the amazing and intriguing stars. And then, are they beautiful? This is going to be controversial because this stork will make you think that storks are really pretty and they're so good looking. But that is not what
that looks like a crane. That is a gorgeous bird.
Right.
And that whole genus is pretty nice looking, but then you see a marabou stork.
Right. I'm going to pull up a picture of a marabou stork just so we can compare. So this is a marabou stork. It still has the beautiful wings. And I don't know if the marabou stork does long migratory journeys like the other ones do, but it's got the beautiful feathers.
But there's only a handful of the species that are like these weird scavenging. So it's basically just kind of like a weird, it's kind of vulture-ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then,
And
ugh, like, this is not a beautiful bird. It's even got, like, the feathers on its head just look like gross hair. Oh.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we need fan art of like one of these scary looking, like Grim Reaper looking birds.
If this is what a typical stork looks like and the other ones are the exception, if these ones are the exception, then I think we can very safely, like, not.
There's not that many species. That's the problem. Is it's like it's almost half and half. Where most are actually the majority of them are in this pretty genus,
Mhm.
and then you got like two kind of ugly genera, and then you got like one that is borderline. I think the Jabiru looks really pretty, but
But this is, like, scary. This is, like, actively unpretty.
that's the unpretty bird. Those Unjunts and marabous, I think, though, are the exception.
If I may, I would like to not give the beautiful star because I am having to look at this marabou stork.
Okay.
I'm sorry, beautiful storks. You are beautiful. You should just kick them out. Get them out of your group.
Find a way to phylogenetically redistribute them.
Sorry. Anyway, they still got 3 stars. That's pretty good. That's average. And our final group out of this batch, the first quarter of all existing bird groups are the Carassiformes, the Kingfishers, and bee eaters. This is a bee eater pictured here. There are 178 species in the group, and the famous members are the laughing kookaburra, probably one of the most famous birds in the world, and kingfishers in general. And then bee eaters are also pretty famous depending on what part of the world you're from. These are brightly colored and beautiful predatory birds. The group's general hunting strategy is to sit on a branch and watch for a prey animal to walk or fly past. They swoop down, grab the prey, and eat it on their branch. Kingfishers are famous for eating fish. Bee eaters are famous for eating bees, but species have adapted to eat many types of small animals around the world. Are these birds diverse? There's 178 species. There's at least, I would say, kookaburras, kingfishers, and bee eaters.
And also motmots. So
Of course. I don't know what motmots are.
we can't forget. Motmots are a weird neotropical bird.
I'm going to give them the diversity star off the bat because they have 178 species, which is well over the threshold, and they have 4 different major groups. I think those two together put them up into diverse. Are they famous?
There is a kookaburra song.
Yeah.
I think if you have a song,
Mhm.
that means that you're pretty famous.
Are kingfishers and bee eaters, are the Carassiformes amazing?
I'm thinking about when the engineers made the trains, not the supersonic trains, but the bullet trains.
Mhm.
And the whole thing, the whole nose cone was based off of kingfishers because it reduces drag.
Cool. That's neat. Wow. Okay. So not only are they amazing, but now I want to know, like, what's that about? And that's just one out of the many, many, many different types of kingfishers. Are they intriguing?
I don't know. Does that make you want to ask more questions?
I think the average person right now is saying, what is a bee eater? And you've got some amazing things to discover in your future because bee eaters are pretty great. And I myself am saying, what is a motmot? So I need to learn more about this group of birds.
Yeah, motmots are. It's just they're a weird little bird.
All right. Intriguing. Are they beautiful?
Have you seen a carmine bee eater?
Like this bee eater is beautiful.
And that's a European, and the European is a very nice looking one. Yeah, you got the carmine beater is just gorgeous. Motmots are all very colorful, big tropical birds. And I don't think there is an ugly kingfisher. I mean, like you could argue that the kookaburra is like maybe not the best looking kingfisher, but it's far from ugly.
They're very pretty birds. Even the
They might be one
kingfisher.
of the they might be the one of the groups you can't even think of a bad looking representative.
Yeah, that's true. I bet hummingbirds are in that group too. And both of them
Yeah.
share the trait that we have given them 5 stars. So there's something else they share. They are the pinnacle of birdness.
With the chickens.
With the chickens, yeah. Amazing and beautiful and intriguing and famous and diverse. And they have hit all 5 stars.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so that'd be 11. Would be the next one.
Oh, sweet. Well, we did exactly a quarter of them. Okay, so this is going to be a 4-part series. If you'd like to tune in for the other 3 parts, be sure to subscribe before you go. Thank you for watching, coming along with us as we learn about all the existing birds and rate them on various categories. You should definitely go over to Backyard Expeditions channel. I'll link it here. Backyard Expeditions is doing amazing bird videography every week. I'm learning new things over on his channel all the time, so please go over there and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by this week to learn what makes life awesome. Hello everyone and welcome to Every Bird Group Ranked. This is Steve and I'm here with Backyard Expeditions. You can say hello.